Hello, welcome. We're working on our first signature. It is going to be for the left inside panel. Now I did a couple of changes since we built the front. I came in here on each one of these and I created strips that I glued into place. This is a 1/2 inch on the spine and 3/8 on either side. This helps me to make sure that when my paper finally goes down, that I am not really close to that hinge, because the bulk of the signature will affect its ability to lay over flat. So I come up next to it. I might encroach on it a little bit depending upon what my buildup is. So if you would like to do that, plus it gets rid of all this. I'm going to give you a short measurement, and there's going to be this big beige space or whatever color you chose to wrap in. Secondly, I came back here and I added some white pearls, some green dots, just to kind of spruce it up a little bit. And then in your kit, if you've got the brass items that were sent by Scrap and Create, there is a floral filigree, and I put those two in the corner, and I put a small darker green dot in the center of the floral here. So I did make those changes on the front, kind of spruced it up just a little bit. So let's get on to this. This is out, wait a minute, I need to do something. Remember when I told you I was going to do my best to tell you what papers I wanted you to pull? Because I had made an earlier project and I had dug into these papers. So I'm going to tell you right now what critical papers I want you to pull, and then what's left over I will pick from to make the back panel pages. So we are going to, first off, out of the 8x8, you're going to pull this. Out of the, this is 12x12, 8x8, 12x12, 8x8, 12x12, 8x8, patterns and solids, 8x8, 12x12, and then these are what I've purposely pulled out for the back of the flaps. This is from the 12x12, 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 patterns and solids, patterns and solids. So those are the papers I am going to be playing with at a minimum throughout this album. So if you want to pull those and set those aside, that way we're working with the same set of papers, unless you want to change the theme to either be predominantly blue or predominantly pink. Because as I stated, I'm going to try my best to keep mine somewhat neutral. All right, so let's get to this piece. This is out of the 12x12. This will measure at 7.5 inches across by 7 3/4 in the height. Now I took out of the 8x8, this pattern piece. It's not quite going 8x8. Anyway, this was out of an 8x8. Oh, it's because I've been trimming. All right, so I'm using one side, and I'm going to create a double slanted pocket. This will go on the bottom, and then I turned this over. It will go out here out the front. The chipboard pieces. Now, if you've got something you can sand these knobs down with, do that, because it's just kind of unsightly to see on the chipboard pieces, these rough knobs. Well, this is going to go right here. And then I've got some crocheted lace that I'm going to put on. And then I'm creating a short one because there's no sense of wasting the lace underneath of this. So this will go on upside down, like so. So then when we're done, you're going to have a pocket up here, and then you're going to have a pocket down here. Now, these two pieces are cut identical. One is just flipped over. So hang with me here. Your longest edge going from here to here, your longest edge is 7.5. Okay, so this one is 7.5. This one, actually it's your longest edge, is going to be 8 1/8. This edge is going to be at 6 inches. And then this edge is going to be at 1 3/8. Okay? So cut your pieces, so like I said, so that they match. I would start with this bottom line at 7.5 inches, then cut this one at 6 inches, and then from this corner cut in 1 3/8. I forgot to give you one. And this one is about 3/4 of an inch. And then, well, so once you cut in 1 3/8, and then from this bottom corner cut up, make a tick at 3/4 of an inch, then you're going to cut on the diagonal along this line until these two peaks meet. So you should just be able to go from here to here, leaving this at 3/4 of an inch. All right? So again, cut this one first, cut this one second, make this cut, come up and make a tick mark, because you're not cutting, you've already cut the length of this, so make a tick mark at 3/4 of an inch, and then from that mark to this corner, you will cut on the diagonal. You're going to do 2 of those. And then we're going to just simply tape this in. And I'm just going to run a little bit here. We don't want these ends to be open. And then I'm just going to take it at the diagonal. So there's one. There's 2. I'm sorry, I just realized I had my fan running. It's really muggy. And I know that that was the distortion. I so apologize. But we'll be able to finish with it turned off. I just get used to it running. Okay, this one's going to go down first. Stick it here in this corner. And then this one will go over it. Oh, wait a minute, wait a minute, wait a minute. We need to put this on first. How I got these trims is from the 8x8. I just cut it on a slanted diagonal. And then I placed it here on the paper and I started making my necessary tick marks. So I had about 1/16 of an inch along the edges. Okay, set that in there. And now we'll put this down. Sit down here in the corner first. Walk it across, there we go. And then this one. Now what I want to do is I want to put my lace on first. And I'm going to glue this in because this cotton, from prior experience, works well. Just going to slightly, I think I got glue where I don't want it to be. And I'm going to pull this off the edge a little bit so I can do a diagonal cut right there. And then I'm going to get up here and do a diagonal cut. And then this will go here. I need to trim that a little bit more. There we go. So now we have the upper pocket and we have a lower pocket. Okay, let's turn it over. We're going to add some tape. And this is not a very big signature, so I am just going to put one strip of tape. And it's going to come and sit in here just like this. So we'll get the tape removed, and I think I'm going to try and do this with the tape removed all the way around. This always makes me nervous because if I don't lay it straight, and I know me all too well, then I've got to use a bunch of undo to get it off. Ta-da! Oops. Glue's not quite dry yet. All right, we're done. We'll be back for this signature. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.